On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Landscape.
An expanse of scenery that can be seen in a single view, a large area of land, especially in the country and relating to its appearance.
Examples:
A peaceful landscape. Landscape painting. Recent electoral shocks have shaken the political landscape in Europe.
Valley.
A long depression on the surface of the land, which typically contains a river.
Examples:
Valley bottom. Basin-shaped valley. The valley had received a mild snowfall the previous week.
Bedrock.
The solid rock underlying soil or alluvium.
Examples:
Bedrock foundation. Bedrock geology. The bedrock beneath the soil is extremely solid and stable.
Sprawl.
To sit, lie, or fall with one's arms and legs spread out.
Examples:
Sprawl out luxuriously on the sofa. Sprawl for acres. The lush vegetation sprawls across the wonderfully landscaped gardens.
Homogenize.
To make something uniform or consistent in composition or character, often by mixing or blending different elements.
Examples:
Homogenize data. Homogenize society. The company aimed to homogenize its products to appeal to a broader range of consumers.
Relation.
The way two persons or groups of people feel and act toward one another.
Examples:
Relation between cause and effect. Relation of inclusion. The industrial relations laws were passed with little to no alteration.
Dirt.
Soil, dust, or any substance that makes a surface not clean, the part of the Earth's surface consisting of humus and disintegrated rock.
Examples:
Dirt road. Dirt track. The garden was filled with dirt and needed to be tilled before planting.
Beneath.
In or to a lower place than someone or something.
Examples:
The ground beneath my feet. Beneath contempt. A great stretch of the lake lay beneath them.
Contribute.
To give something, especially money or goods, to provide or achieve something together with other people.
Examples:
Contribute a large sum of money to the fund. Contribute to society. Government workers cannot contribute to political campaigns.
Physically.
In a way related to a person's body or appearance rather than their mind.
Examples:
Physically and mentally. Stay physically fit. Having a physically healthy physique is essential for a great life.
Rebuild.
To build again or anew.
Examples:
Rebuild a company. Rebuild communities. They are planning to rebuild the house after the fire.
Graph.
A picture consisting of a line, lines, points, etc., that shows how two or more sets of certain quantities are related to each other.
Examples:
Graph theory. A graph sample. This bar graph shows sales over the past 5 years.
Represent.
To speak, act, or be present on behalf of another person or group, to form or constitute.
Examples:
Represent by a diagram. The characters that represent numbers. We elected him to represent us at the international conference.
Environment.
The natural world such as air, water, and land in which humans, animals, and plants live.
Examples:
Environment affairs. Chaotic environment. Every human is responsible for taking care of the Earth's environment.
Confluence.
The point at which two or more streams or rivers come together, a gathering of people or things at a particular location or moment.
Examples:
Arterial confluence. Confluence of ideas. A confluence of two smaller streams formed the river.
Urban.
Relating to or located in a town or city.
Examples:
Urban planning. Urban property owners. Only a small number of urban utilities offer sanitation services.
Biodiversity.
The number and variety of plants and animals that exist in a particular area or the world and make a balanced environment.
Examples:
Biodiversity conservation. Loss of biodiversity. The country was instrumental in promoting the Biodiversity Treaty.
Plummet.
To fall or drop suddenly and steeply, to decline rapidly or sharply.
Examples:
Plummeting sales. Plummet against other major currencies. The stock prices have plummeted in the last hour, causing concern for investors.
Climate.
The weather in a particular location averaged over some long period.
Examples:
A cold climate. Effects of climate change. Climate and weather have an impact on every part of our lifestyles.
Engage.
To attract and keep someone's attention and interest, to participate in or obtain services of something.
Examples:
Engage in environmental protection activities. Engage a new employee. Many multinational companies are engaged in the reconstruction of that country.
Arrow.
A thin, pointed projectile designed to be shot from a bow, a symbol or pointer that is shaped like an arrow.
Examples:
Arrow pointing. Arrow diagram. The archer aimed his arrow carefully at the target.
Indicate.
To show, point out, or make known something, often through a sign or a symbol, to suggest or imply something without stating it directly.
Examples:
Indicate a preference. Indicate an error. The data indicates that the company's profits have steadily increased over the past quarter.
Blend.
To mix or combine two or more substances.
Examples:
Blend all the elements. Blend milk and cream. The toad altered its appearance to better blend in with its new environments.
Meld.
To combine or blend, especially in a way that produces a harmonious or unified whole. To merge or fuse.
Examples:
Meld business and pleasure. Meld physics with life science. The chef melded the flavors of the spice blend to create the perfect marinade.
Divergent.
Different or becoming different from another or a standard, tending to move apart in different directions.
Examples:
Follow a divergent path. Wildly divergent results. The Prime Minister had to reconcile divergent opinions on controversial issues like abortion.
Ecology.
The study of the relationships between living organisms, including humans, and their physical environment.
Examples:
Science of ecology. The ecology of the island. Many companies are now enthusiastically embracing the knowledge of ecology for sustainable development.
Exciting.
Causing a lot of interest or excitement.
Examples:
Exciting football player. Exciting news. The findings of the experiment were both exciting and unexpected.
Infrastructure.
The basic systems, services, or features that are necessary for an organization or country, such as transport and power supplies.
Examples:
IT infrastructure. Infrastructure cost. Aging societies tend to require huge costs for infrastructure maintenance.
Top-down.
Controlled or implemented from the highest level of authority or management.
Examples:
Top-down management. Top-down approach. The top-down management approach could have been more effective in implementing organizational changes.
Functional.
Designed for or capable of a particular activity, purpose, or task, practical or ready for use or service.
Examples:
Field of functional medicine. Functional deafness. The mobile phone was still functional even after being dropped.
Intensive.
Involving a lot of work or activity in a short time.
Examples:
intensive agriculture, intensive care. The construction industry is labor-intensive, although it has been somewhat automated by introducing large machinery.
Similarly.
In almost the same way.
Examples:
similarly situated, have similarly great abilities. We argue that wages for temporary workers should similarly rise.
Architecture.
The art and science of designing and constructing buildings.
Examples:
architecture design, classic architecture. The city is known for its impressive architecture and beautiful old buildings.
Devoid.
Completely lacking or free from something.
Examples:
devoid of life, air devoid of pollution. The room was devoid of any furniture or decorations.
Context.
The circumstances, facts, or conditions that surround a particular event, situation, or statement and that give it meaning.
Examples:
historical context, legal context. It's important to understand the context of a situation before making a decision.
Excuse.
A reason or explanation, either true or invented, given to justify a fault or defend your behavior. Verb, to make someone free from blame or clear from guilt.
Examples:
excuse for inaction, perfect excuse. He quickly fabricated an excuse for not attending the meeting. Blatant. Completely obvious, often offensively or inappropriately, characterized by shameless or brazen behavior.
Examples:
blatant hypocrisy, blatant disregard. Fact-checkers quickly exposed the politician's blatant lie. Hero. A person who is admired or idealized for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities, a character in literature or history who is central to the plot and who exhibits heroic qualities. Examples: local hero, unsung hero. The soldier who sacrificed his life for his country is considered a national hero. Introduction. A preliminary explanation or remarks given before the start of a text, performance, or event, the act of bringing something new into existence or introducing something to a wider audience or new market. Examples: introduction education, self-introduction. The introduction to the new class was informative and engaging. Oyster. A bivalve mollusk with a rough irregular shell, often eaten raw or cooked, and sometimes used as a pearl-producing animal or a source of mother-of-pearl.
Examples:
Oyster shell, oyster farm. I ordered a dozen oysters as an appetizer at the seafood restaurant.
Creature.
A living being, especially an animal.
Examples:
Creature of habit, artificial creature. The deep-sea creature was unlike anything the scientists had ever seen before.
Modest.
Having or showing a humble estimate of one's merits, importance, etc., free from vanity, egotism, boastfulness, or great pretensions.
Examples:
Modest income, only a modest fee. Despite his many achievements, he remained modest and down to earth.
Incredible.
Unbelievable, extremely large.
Examples:
Incredible amount, at incredible speed. Her response revealed incredible idiocy.
Agglomerate.
To collect or gather into a mass or cluster, to form or cause to form a cluster or agglomeration, to unite or join together, especially in a haphazard or consolidated manner.
Examples:
Agglomerate particles. Agglomerate into a larger entity. We must agglomerate all the relevant data into one central database for easier analysis.
Reef.
A long chain or range of rocks or sand near the ocean's surface.
Examples:
Barrier reef, coral reefs. The vessel ran aground on a reef.
Structure.
The way of construction of something and the arrangement of its parts, or a complex thing constructed of many parts.
Examples:
The structure of a machine. Structure and function of the brain. The organizational structure of startups is often flat and straightforward.
Mention.
To speak or write about something or someone briefly.
Examples:
Mention name. Mention in a report. I mentioned to him that I had seen his sister at the grocery store earlier that day.
Tasty.
Having a strong and pleasant flavor when it is eaten.
Examples:
Tasty treats. Prepare tasty food. This meal wasn't as tasty as we had imagined.
Basis.
The most important facts, ideas, or events from which something is developed, the way how things are organized or arranged.
Examples:
On an equal basis. Basis for calculation. This evidence will form the basis for our discussion.
Manifesto.
A public declaration or statement of policy and aims, usually issued by a political party or government, a written statement or proclamation of one's beliefs or intentions.
Examples:
Manifesto statement. Environmental manifesto. The political party issued a manifesto outlining its plans for the country's future.
Harbor.
An area of water next to the coast where ships and boats are protected from rough water by piers, jetties, and other artificial structures. Verb, keep in one's possession.
Examples:
A sheltered harbor. Harbor a resentment. The tsunami swamped every boat in the harbor.
Harness.
To control and exploit the power of something, especially natural resources that produce energy. Noun, a set of narrow pieces of leather and metal that are used to control or hold in place a person, animal, or object.
Examples:
Harness a horse to a carriage. Put a harness on my pet. People have been exploring ways to harness natural forces and resources since ancient times.
Biology.
The scientific study of life and the natural processes of living things.
Examples:
Evolutionary biology. Cell and molecular biology. In junior high school, we had to dissect a frog in biology class.
Mussel.
A type of shellfish that lives in freshwater or saltwater, has a hard, elongated shell and is edible.
Examples:
Mussel shells. Mussel cultivation. I ordered the mussels in a white wine sauce for dinner.
Eel.
A type of elongated, snake-like fish that lives in freshwater or saltwater and has a slimy, scaleless body and no pelvic fins.
Examples:
Glass eel. Electric eel. The fisherman caught a slippery eel while out on the lake.
Communal.
Belonging to or used by a group rather than individuals, for common use.
Examples:
Communal swimming pool. Communal combination of funds. Communal elections were held in several European countries.
Inundation.
A great flood or overwhelming quantity.
Examples:
Inundation of visitors. Flood inundation map. The city was hit by an inundation of water, with streets and homes flooded.
Canal.
A long and narrow strip of water made artificially either for boats and ships to travel along or for irrigation.
Examples:
An ear canal. An irrigation canal. Our container ship went through the Panama Canal.
Upland.
An elevated or high-lying area of land, typically with a higher elevation than the surrounding area, often characterized by hills, mountains, or plateaus.
Examples:
Upland scenery. Upland game birds. We set up camp on the upland to enjoy the breathtaking view of the surrounding valleys.
Intuit.
To understand or know something instinctively or without conscious reasoning, to perceive or apprehend something immediately or intuitively.
Examples:
Intuit the motive. Intuit a solution. From her experience with similar projects, she could intuit the most efficient way to complete the task.
Dredge.
To remove debris or objects from a body of water or other areas by scooping or dragging, often using special equipment called a dredge, to bring something to the surface by this process.
Examples:
Dredge up memories. Dredge a river. The environmental group demanded that the government stop the plans to dredge the wetlands for oil drilling.
Dimension.
A measurable extent of a particular kind, such as width, height, or length.
Examples:
New dimension. The crosswise dimension. Overall dimensions are approximately 400 by 200 millimeters.
Mosaic.
A pattern or image made of small regular or irregular pieces of colored stone, glass, or ceramic, or the activity or method of making these.
Examples:
A mosaic pavement. A mosaic of fields and forest areas. The city's mosaic culture results in great diversity in the arts.
Muck.
Dense, wet, and dirty matter or waste, often found in soil or on the ground, animal waste.
Examples:
Construction muck. Muck on clothes. The horses waded through the muck in the field after the rainstorm.
Smelly.
Having a strong, unpleasant, or offensive odor, particularly about something decomposing or otherwise spoiled.
Examples:
Smelly socks. Smelly trash. I can't stand the smelly odor from the garbage can, and it's unbearable.
Sew.
To join, fasten, or repair two pieces of something by putting the thread through them with a needle.
Examples:
Sew with thread. Sew a button. My mother taught me how to sew.
Overflow.
To flow or run over the edge or brim of a container or surface, to be more than enough.
Examples:
Overflow on the platform. Overflow with emotion. The river overflowed its banks during the heavy rain.
Contamination.
The presence of something harmful or unwanted in a substance, material, or environment, the act of introducing harmful substances or materials into an environment or area.
Examples:
Contamination levels. Soil contamination. The contamination of the water supply led to widespread illness in the community.
Argue.
To express differing opinions or points of view, often in a heated or contentious manner, to present a case or reasoning to persuade or convince others.
Examples:
Argue a case. Argue passionately. The couple began to argue over which restaurant to go to for dinner.
Contaminate.
To make something impure, unclean, or poisonous by contact or mixture.
Examples:
Contaminate with a disease. Contaminate his ego. We strive not to contaminate the environment when demolishing petroleum plants.
Exacerbate.
To make a situation, problem, or feeling worse.
Examples:
Exacerbate the situation. Exacerbate symptoms. The heat wave exacerbated the drought conditions.
Surge.
A sudden and great increase of something, such as a feeling, the amount or number, etc.
Examples:
A surge of shoppers. The surge in foreign tourism. She drowned her surge of anger through her creative work.
Geography.
A field of science devoted to the study of the lands, features, inhabitants, and phenomena of the earth.
Examples:
Geography class. Economic geography. She did well on her geography exam.
Matrix.
A rectangular array of numbers, symbols, or expressions, arranged in rows and columns and often enclosed in brackets, an enclosure within which something originates or develops.
Examples:
The matrix of Western civilization. Matrix multiplication. The matrix of numbers on the spreadsheet allowed the accountant to track the company's profits and losses easily.
Marsh.
A type of land that is always wet and has soft soil, swamp or bog.
Examples:
Marsh bird. River delta marsh. Environmentalists are concerned about the harm to the marsh.
Attenuation.
The process of reducing the strength, intensity, or value of something, the act or effect of making something weaker or less pronounced, the decrease in the magnitude of a signal, sound, or wave as it travels through a medium or from a source to a receiver.
Examples:
Audio attenuation. Attenuation coefficient. The attenuation of the signal caused poor reception on the radio.
Settlement.
An official agreement that brings an argument to a close, the process of establishing permanent residence in a place.
Examples:
The settlement of a dispute. Settlement in a new house. Our goal must be to achieve a peaceful settlement.
Concept.
An idea or principle associated with something abstract.
Examples:
Learn new concepts. Concept car. One such rapidly growing concept is quantum cryptography.
Intelligence.
The ability to learn, comprehend, or make judgments or conclusions based on reasons.
Examples:
An intelligence test. Field of artificial intelligence. In terms of intelligence, he was head and shoulders above his classmates.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples:
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Inland.
Situated or located away from the coast or a body of water. Adverb, towards or into the interior of a region.
Examples:
Inland transportation. Move further inland. Lush green forests surrounded the small inland village.
Incredibly.
In a way that is very difficult to believe, exceedingly or extremely.
Examples:
Incredibly cheerful character. Get incredibly insecure. Several cities are experiencing incredibly high unemployment rates.
Algae.
A simple plant that grows in or near water and lacks typical leaves and roots.
Examples:
Algae biofuel. Blue algae. Algae has jammed the inlet to the water turbine.
Detritus.
Waste or debris of any kind, particularly organic matter that has decayed or broken off from larger organisms. Figuratively, a collection of disorganized or discarded material or ideas.
Examples:
Detritus pile. Detritus removal. The beach was littered with detritus and trash left behind by careless visitors.
Glamorous.
Highly attractive and exciting, and different from ordinary things or people.
Examples:
Glamorous movie stars. Cast glamorous eyes. The South Coast is less glamorous yet has many clean and appealing hotels.
Stomach.
The internal organ in the body where food is digested, situated in the abdomen, the part of the body below the chest that contains the stomach.
Examples:
Upset stomach. Stomach virus. I have a stomach ache after overeating junk food.
Filter.
Any of several types of equipment or systems used to separate particles from liquids or gases or to remove specific forms of light.
Examples:
Gas filter. Clogged filter. Ozone is a primary filter to protect Earth's surface from harmful UV rays.
Gallon.
A unit for measuring volume. In the US, it is equal to about 3.79 liters, and in the UK, Canada, and other countries, it is equal to about 4.55 liters.
Examples:
5-gallon square can. 10-gallon hat. The imperial gallon was standardized legally by the British Empire.
Quarter.
One of 4 equal parts, a fourth part or portion.
Examples:
A quarter mile. End of the first quarter. The unemployment rate in the first quarter was 2.3 percentage points higher than in the previous.
Economy.
The system by which a country or region produces, manages, and distributes goods and services, including the money and finances involved in these activities, of an airline, the lowest priced, most basic option for seating in commercial travel.
Examples:
Economy of scale. Economy class. The economy of the country is struggling due to the recent political instability.
Shell.
Hard outer covering or case of eggs, nuts, some seeds, and some animals.
Examples:
An egg shell. A mollusk shell. The outermost electron shell determines the chemical properties of an atom.
Ubiquitous.
Being or existing everywhere at once.
Examples:
Ubiquitous computing. Ubiquitous across ecosystems. Sugar is ubiquitous in food.
Fin.
A thin flat part on the body of a fish or other aquatic animal used for propulsion or balance.
Examples:
Back fin. A fin of a plane. The shark's powerful fins allowed it to swim at high speeds.
Attenuate.
To weaken or reduce the intensity of something, such as a sound, feeling, or substance, to make something thinner or less dense.
Examples:
Attenuate the signal. Attenuate the power. The scientist was able to attenuate the virus by altering its genetic code.
Amazing.
Extremely surprising, especially in a way that you like or admire.
Examples:
Amazing advances. The most amazing feeling. The golfer recorded an amazing distance.
Ecosystem.
All the plants and living creatures in an area and the way they affect each other and the environment.
Examples:
Marine ecosystem. Change the ecosystem. Human conservation efforts often fail unexpectedly because they disturb the balance of the ecosystem.
Inspire.
To make somebody fill with the desire confidence or enthusiasm, especially to do something creative.
Examples:
Inspire a feeling of curiosity. Inspire him to write a novel. The unique style of this martial arts inspired many action film producers.
Fertilize.
To cause an egg, female animal, or plant to develop by joining sperm from the male with them. To add a natural or chemical substance to land to make plants grow well.
Examples:
Fertilize the soil. Fertilize the female egg. The couple decided to use the non-husband's sperm to fertilize a wife.
Spat.
A minor quarrel or dispute, often one that is short-lived or insignificant, a sudden burst of activity or energy, a young oyster, clam, or other bivalves that has recently attached itself to a surface in its natural habitat.
Examples:
Minor spat. Clean up the spat. The spat between the two neighbors escalated into a heated argument.
Attach.
To fasten, join, or connect one thing to another.
Examples:
Attach firmly. Attach a file to an email. He does not attach importance to these rumors.
Reinterpretation.
A new or different interpretation or explanation of something, especially a text or piece of artwork.
Examples:
Reinterpretation of history. Reinterpretation of the Constitution. The artist's reinterpretation of the classic painting received mixed reviews.
Sight.
The ability to see anything that is seen.
Examples:
An unexpected sight. Dull sight. Many famous sights are within walking distance.
Giant.
Extremely big, much bigger or more important than similar items usually are.
Examples:
Giant trees. Giant tech company. The giant jets that gradually dominate the world's airlines.
Nursery.
A place where babies and young children are cared for while their parents are at work. A place where plants are grown and nurtured, especially for commercial purposes.
Examples:
Day nursery. Nursery school. I work at the breeding nursery where we grow and sell a variety of plants.
Parade.
A public procession, especially one celebrating a special day or event.
Examples:
A military parade. Parade route. The annual 4th of July parade is popular in the town square.
Reset.
To set again or differently, to return to a previous state or condition.
Examples:
Reset password. Reset my brain. She reset the computer to fix the problem.
Marine.
Relating to the sea and the creatures and plants that live there.
Examples:
Marine insurance. Variety of marine life. Seals and whales are marine animals beloved by the people.
Pile.
A collection of objects positioned one on top of another, a large sum of something, such as money.
Examples:
A sand pile. The height of a pile. After the party, they had to clean up piles of dirty dishes.
Interconnect.
To connect similar things.
Examples:
Directly interconnect with those systems. Human activities interconnect with the environment. Our system can now interconnect with other databases.
Weave.
To make cloth, a carpet, a basket, etc., by repeatedly crossing a single thread through two sets of long threads at a right angle to them.
Examples:
Weave on a loom. Weave a story. The girl weaves a garland for her friend.
Fuzzy.
Having a soft and indistinct outline or covered with fine, soft, and hair-like fibers.
Examples:
Fuzzy logic. Fuzzy memory. The picture was fuzzy because it was taken with an old camera.
Inexpensive.
Costing little, having a low price.
Examples:
Inexpensive option. An inexpensive inn. The restaurant offered delicious food at an inexpensive price.
Practically.
Almost or nearly.
Examples:
Practically constant. Practically impossible to find a parking spot. The store is practically empty.
Hardware.
Durable tools, machinery, and other equipment, the physical and electronic parts of a computer or other electronic systems.
Examples:
The hardware department. A vast inventory of hardware. The mouse and keyboard are essential hardware for operating a PC.
Studio.
A room or building where creative or artistic work is produced, a television or radio production company.
Examples:
A photo studio. Music studio. She works at a recording studio in Los Angeles.
Knit.
To make a garment or fabric by interlocking loops of yarn with needles or a machine.
Examples:
Knit my eyebrows. Knit a pair of socks. The grandmother knit a warm sweater for her grandchild.
Diagram.
A simplified illustration of the appearance, structure, or workings of something.
Examples:
3D diagram. In a diagram. He is drawing a diagram illustrating how the equipment operates.
Dynamic.
Having a lot of energy, ideas, and enthusiasm and a strong personality, of or relating to dynamics, equals the branch of physics and engineering concerned with the forces that cause motions of bodies.
Examples:
A dynamic market. Dynamic person. The sprinter has a dynamic way of running.
Threat.
A strong indication or likelihood of harm, danger, or adverse consequences. An expression of intent to inflict harm or injury on someone or something, often made as a means of coercion or intimidation.
Examples:
Economic threat. Environmental threat. The threat of severe weather prompted the city to issue an evacuation warning.
Amphibious.
Able to function both on land and in water, able to live in or move between two different environments or settings.
Examples:
Amphibious creature. Amphibious warfare. The amphibious vehicle seamlessly transitioned from land to water.
Recreate.
To make something that existed previously happen or appear to exist again.
Examples:
Recreate a single country. Recreate the feeling of the 1920s. She recreated the atmosphere of the pre-war age with her stage setting.
Watery.
Full of or containing water, wet.
Examples:
A watery fluid. Go to a watery grave. The soup was too watery and needed more flavor.
Scuba.
An acronym for self-contained underwater breathing apparatus, a device used for underwater diving.
Examples:
Scuba diving class. Scuba gear. The scuba divers explored the coral reefs to learn more about the ecosystem.
Diver.
A person who dives, especially one who does so professionally or as a sport, a bird that dives into the water to catch fish or other prey.
Examples:
Professional diver. Deep-sea diver. The search and rescue team sent a team of divers to search for the missing plane wreckage.
Hybrid.
Composed of different elements or mixed characters.
Examples:
New hybrid system. An interspecific hybrid. The mule is a hybrid between a male donkey and a female horse.
Recreational.
Relating to or for leisure or pleasure, done for enjoyment rather than work or duty.
Examples:
A recreational center. Recreational drugs. I enjoy recreational activities such as hiking and swimming.
Monitor.
To observe, check, and track the progress or quality of something over a period of time.
Examples:
monitor an exam. Monitor the data carefully. They used a special receiver to monitor police radio channels.
Vocabulary.
The words used by a language, group, or individual, the knowledge and understanding of words and their meanings that a person possesses.
Examples.
Vocabulary list. Academic vocabulary. Using proper vocabulary is essential for writing a good essay.
Brave.
Showing courage or fearlessness in the face of danger, difficulty, or adversity.
Examples.
Brave soldier. Brave decision. The brave firefighter rescued the family from the burning building.
Upwell.
To rise to the surface, particularly in the case of fluids like water, gas, or magma.
Examples.
Emotions begin to upwell. Upwell from the cracks. Nutrients upwell from the ocean depths during the seasonal shifts, leading to a bloom of marine life.
Glorious.
Having or deserving great admiration, praise, and honor, having great beauty and splendor.
Examples.
A glorious victory. Photo in glorious color. I choose a glorious death rather than a shameful life.
Device.
A piece of equipment, tool, or technology that serves a particular purpose or function, often mechanical or electronic.
Examples.
Electronic device. Tracking device. I always carry a backup device in case my phone runs out of battery.
Raft.
A flat structure, usually made of logs or planks, that can be used for transport or as a platform for swimmer.
Examples.
A raft for carrying horses. A life raft. The rubber raft was swept out to sea.
Churn.
To stir or agitate a liquid, substance, or mixture vigorously to produce foam or because of violent movement, to cause a large number of people to move or leave, to produce something, such as money, through continuous activity or turnover.
Examples.
Churn out manufactured goods. Churn in my stomach. The cream needs to be churned for several minutes before it becomes butter.
Chamber.
A large room used for a formal, public, or particular purpose, one of the parts of a parliament.
Examples.
A gas chamber. The lower chamber. The surgeon made an incision in the chambers of the patient's heart.
Essentially.
Relating to the essential features or concepts of anything.
Examples.
Essentially correct. Become essentially same. Essentially, a society is an organism.
Shoreline.
A line that separates land and sea.
Examples:
Shoreline erosion. Coral reef shoreline. Flooding occurs along the city's shoreline due to the storm surge.
Cheer.
To give a loud shout to show support, praise, or approval.
Examples:
Cheer for the home team. Cheer me up. Supporters in the stands cheered at every goal.
Calculation.
The act or process of using numbers to judge an amount of something.
Examples:
Make a calculation. Calculation of loss and gain. The error in the calculation was attributable to rounding.
Sink.
To submerge or go down below the surface of a liquid or substance, to decline or deteriorate, to cause something to go down into a liquid substance or sink into something else.
Examples:
Sink a lot of capital. Sink a buzzer beater. The abandoned ship slowly began to sink into the murky waters of the harbor.
Conclude.
To come to an end or close, to reach a judgment or opinion by reasoning.
Examples:
Conclude a meeting. Conclude that he is healthy. We concluded a ceasefire.
Cross-section.
A two-dimensional representation of a slice or portion of a three-dimensional object or structure, showing the internal arrangement and relationship of its parts. A sample or subset of a larger population or entity that allows insight into its characteristics or behavior.
Examples:
Cross-section diagram. Cross-section view. The cross-section of the tree trunk showed its growth rings.
Collaborate.
To work with someone else to produce or achieve something.
Examples:
Collaborate with the police. Collaborate on a press release. She agreed to collaborate with him in creating new artwork.
Remake.
To create a new version of a work of art, such as a film, song, or play, using the same or similar material as the original. To adapt or update something for a new audience or purpose. Noun, a new version or adaptation of a previously existing movie, song, TV show, or other creative work.
Examples:
Video game remake. Remake song. The director plans to remake the classic movie with a modern twist.
Reform.
The act of improving or correcting something wrong or bad. Verb, to make a change in something to correct a flaw or improve it.
Examples:
Economic reform. Reform movement. The government is proposing a reform to the healthcare system to make it more accessible and affordable for all citizens.
Sustainable.
Able to continue or be continued for a long time.
Examples:
Sustainable alternative fuel. Principles of sustainable development. The government should do more to support environmentally sustainable agriculture.
Livable.
Capable of being lived in comfortably and sustainably, suitable for human habitation.
Examples:
Livable city. Livable housing. Finding a safe and livable neighborhood is important when looking for a new place to live.
Delicious.
Exceptionally pleasing to taste or smell.
Examples:
Delicious breeze. Variety of delicious foods. We could grill the meat in a delicious way.